the information is important. Please check out my previous video, kind of originally with the same title. It's got some videos on there, and I think it holds a lot of good information, especially for women, how to recognize, pick up on domestic violence and when it happens or not. Again, towards the end, I don't really get to say or discuss much on that. It's kind of why I'm doing this. I do apologize about that. I am a recovering halfway house, and I do roommate with 4 other guys, and it's very hard for me to and make videos and stream and have serious discussions. Again, addiction, alcoholism, or whatever, it's a a disease still, and some of these guys aren't quite thinking clearly. I was streaming a video thinking, so I had it on mute, but one of my roommates didn't realize, like, if I tried to tell them I'm on the phone or something, would continue to keep talking to me, not acknowledging or recognizing, like, you're on the phone or something. So I had to abruptly end the video. So I felt bad about that, so I would kind of start this again. I do feel like it's important to talk about domestic violence, especially with dysfunctions of families and how common domestic violence comes from out of the chaos of a dysfunction family. I always wondered the psychology of Chris Watts and why he murdered his family, especially Shanann Watts. I didn't quite understand originally. I always thought she did something to push him and he snapped. But it looks like with the Gabby Petito case and whatever's going on, I kind of changed my view or thoughts on that. Maybe kind of give me more of a wide open situation or not. That case is still sensitive, even the Gabby Petito case. But what's really been eating at my heart, and you can tell there's still been some dysfunction and domestic violence, is the Summer Wells case. I know Don Wells has been through some stuff. Candace has been through some stuff. And, 2 + 2 = 4. So you got dysfunction going on along with some domestic abuse. Of course, that's going to roll on down to the families. And that happens. It seems like it's one of those generational curses or not. Just a short story about me and the history of my family. My mother has been married 3 times. She was raised in a good home with 7 siblings. I'm pretty sure there wasn't any domestic violence or anything like that. Maybe, kids fighting or whatever, but I believe my grandparents never raised a hand to their kids, unless it was pretty severe, not to like spank them or something. But what I did know, I can even see this with maybe my 3 aunts or something. My mom's first marriage, she was beaten quite a bit, I guess. She was severely abused. And with my older half brother, I remember as a kid, I'll be playing with my toys or something, and she will be trying to help him with his homework, and how frustrated we get, and just his outbursts and his anger, like he would just beat the crap out of my mom and me. I mean, he whatever was going on with him or whatever was in the gene pool, it carried over. And then again, it's just like a triple effect. After him getting older and beating the crap out of me and my mom and all, and then he ended up my mom divorced, had me. Divorced, had me. My dad, he probably raised his hand to me maybe 2 times for me doing stupid shit as a kid, but he wasn't very abusive. Neither was my mom. So there's a short time, I believe, until maybe I was like 6 or 7. That's when I started seeing physical abuse in my life. That's when my mom got married a third time to her third husband. He was abusive towards her, abusive towards my other brother, and then my stepdad and my mother, they end up having 2 kids together, 2 girls. And one of the girls, when they were real young, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, my parents divorced when they were pretty young. And he ended up SAing her, I guess, and it screwed one of my sisters up. She's still screwed up trying to get help and to get herself under control. I don't know how she's still currently married. I mean, she's on her third marriage. And because of domestic violence or whatever argument they had, my youngest nephew, just because he was a baby, he's there, he couldn't witness anything or not. I believe my brother-in-law grabbed the phone or something, and I believe with the statutes in the state of Utah, he ended up going to jail for no rhyme or reason. So if you look at the Gabby Petito case in Moab, Utah, and Brian and stuff, I guess they ruled that they could have taken it to her. It's hard to judge on that case. I think the cops did the best they could, and really went through the statutes and tried to do everything. I agree with everybody else. Like Brian Laundrie is the real domestic. But again, if you watch the previous videos, for those that listened to this ones before, it's really good on talking about domestic abuse and violence and how to get out of the relationships. And there's a hand signal too that you can learn. That's on there too towards the very end. I believe you take the thumb and you put it across your palm, and then you close your 4 fingers down on it. So let's say you're on a conversation video conference with like another friend or girlfriend. It's like a way to sign for help or domestic violence or something. I hope you guys seen that before or not. I believe it's really important. But again, just kind of going down with I believe this is kind of like a generational curse or dysfunction, and domestic violence goes down from family member to family member. Eventually, it can be broken. Just gonna take a lot of time and patience, and to recognize when the symptoms are going on, and to be aware of the symptoms so it doesn't lead to. It was very scary when the bearded cop, predicted Gabby Petito's death or whatever. What it went down to when he was reading this statue. Pretty scary, and kind of also mind-boggling me too with when Chris Watts wrote that speech and he was giving in how what he talked about ended up being his demise or bringing down or not. It's very scary, but it's it can happen to anybody. I mean, any family or not. But again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. Please, if you notice any signs or subtle abuse, please get out and be safe. I mean, that's so we don't have to hear about another man or woman being beaten and killed by the hand of domestic violence or not. It's not right. It's wrong. And it's scary. It's, you know, something we do need to take serious, like with the addiction or any type of mental disease. Usually the majority of, the damage goes to women, and that's wrong. No man should ever lay a hand on a woman. I admit that myself. But kind of like when I was talking to my roommate, his point of view was a woman would smart off and be lippy and push him to a certain edge or whatever, and then he would go, he would retaliate back. That's not wrong. Again, on both sides, we need to recognize when we're pushing each other's buttons and to step away out of the situation and to have that cool down moment and then try to talk to each other. I guess another case, come to think of it, it's an older one, 1982. The Durst case. If you ever seen the James or Robert Durst, who just got convicted in California, he's really old now. That's another good example of domestic abuse. I mean, you can go through, and most of it's case after case. Again, usually the most dangerous time for a woman in domestic violence is when they're separating from their partner. It's usually kind of like the most dangerous time for them. And that's very true. I mean, it's horrible and it's heartbreaking on what happens or not. It just, you know, it's difficult. It's a very difficult situation. I can see myself when I was married on where I was emotionally pushed and pushed me into a corner. Then I can see where with my wife where it flipped on her and I started manipulating, pushing her into a corner and with emotional abuse and physical abuse and everything. I'm guilty of it myself, and I realized that. And I tried talking to her and making my peace and learned a valuable lesson from that marriage. No one's perfect. We all make mistakes. But again, if we can learn to know the signs early to get out of the relationship or to try to change so it doesn't become physical. I mean, addiction and abuse, it almost seems like it goes hand in hand for married couples. I know you probably heard some horror stories with your parents, your grandparents, or something going down. Just the combination of the two isn't good. But again, I want to go back to Mr. Donald Wells. Yeah, he was a victim of whatever type of emotional or physical abuse. But again, he needs to admit that he's wrong. And touching Sydney, hitting or whatever, that was wrong. And he needs to own up of October 2020 that, he shouldn't have gotten confrontational like that or whatever because Candace was trying to make him jealous or whatever. Bull crap. That's a lie. I don't. And the odds of him doing it to his boys and girls, hitting them and Candace or beating everyone, the way you look at the interview with his oldest son Josie, how he has his head and the kid, poor boy, has his head down, looking, just sitting there being quiet. You look scared, and then you look at the pictures of Summer where she's like covering her private parts. I don't think that's normal. I never seen my niece do that or my nephews. From what I understand, that's a sign of SA, I believe. It's wrong. It's not right. And then again with Don Wells, he likes to blame other people, like he's the perfect one. And again, him blaming other people instead of taking ownership. That's the way a lot people that are the abusers in the domestic relationship is a problem. They don't admit they have a problem or beating on the other person. It's wrong. I That's why I believe with the Gabby Petito case, and it brings really good awareness. And I think this will be a good promotion with the Gabby Petito Foundation and to help people and to get the awareness out there. And I feel like I have to do my little bit or try to help people. 90% of the true crime community is women. And so, I think especially for the women, you should learn how to defend yourself and learn the different sides. And again, I do encourage you to watch my videos before this. But if Don Wells hears this, I want to let you know, Don Wells, you're not much of a man, regardless of what you're saying. I know you abused your kids and abuse your wife. It's wrong. No man should ever put hands on their kids or wife like that. You're a big wimp for doing that, Don. Why don't you try that with another man, see how well it goes for you? Again, maybe with your sister Mary and everyone, if you would just apologize with the essay, this case would probably be dropped against you, and you probably wouldn't have to go see Bubba in Utah. But because of your stupidity and your arrogance, you might be going to see Bubba pretty soon. And then Bubba will essay you, buddy. Bubba will probably show you who your daddy is. Yeah, oh, my name Bubba. I'm your daddy, Don. Oh, I don't know. The Somerswell case, it really breaks my heart. And this is sad too with the Gabby Petito. But I mean, with kids, especially young kids, it definitely pulls on the heartstrings. And it's just sad. It's sad for everyone. It's not right. But I know it can take a long time for people to change. I mean, I still have some bad habits myself. I haven't quite changed yet. It's just sad. I don't know what to do or not. But I would love to hear from you guys on what your suggestions on domestic violence, if you experience or not. Please leave a comment. And let's work as a community to see what we can do to minimize this problem. I know you can't eradicate it, but there's things you can do to keep each other safe and also kids safe. That's kind of the main reason I want to talk about this. It's I want to talk about trying to get more the dysfunction out of the families and learn how to communicate properly so it doesn't get to physical violence. If we could eliminate majority as a society, I think the domestic violence would go down, and maybe even the crime itself would go down quite a bit. This is a difficult topic situation for everyone, and it does take everyone to help people heal emotionally. It takes a long time. Again, a sibling of mine, where she was SA'd and physically abused or whatever, she still has issues with it. She's trying her best, but she's got a lot to work on still, and it's trickling down to my nephews and nieces. I'm worried about them and how they're going to have outbursts. I know with one, it happens pretty easily, just because what he experienced with his mom or not. But it's just something I believe as a community we have to work together on. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions on cases or topics you guys like to talk about, I would love to hear from you. Or again, if you know some way to help someone with domestic violence or not, it's good that we get the word out and share with everybody so we don't have another incident with like Gabby Petito and what happened to her, and then seeing this jackass Brian Laundrie on the run. Even again with Don Wells, and you can say he's the innocent one, no one's did anything, or he never has said to anyone. That's a bunch of crap. Again, we know October 2020 he had a domestic dispute with Candace. The cops were called and he was arrested. And of course, typical fashion, Candace goes and saves him from doing 10 years in jail or whatever. I don't know what her reasoning is behind it, whether, if it was more financials and having a place, or she can't be alone or whatever. But it's not right. It's wrong. He's a big wimp. I believe it's important to try to work together as a community to help each other, especially where there's so many cases after cases. If you were to look on YouTube on true crime and domestic violence, there's a lot, especially a lot against women, and that breaks my heart. Again, for those listening to this, if you could watch the video I made before this with the short video clips from YouTube, I think there's some really good information on there that would be able you can learn from it or to share with other people. Uh, Again, the biggest thing I can say here is the sign language for help, where you take your thumb across your palm and then you take your four fingers and put down. And so it looks like you're about ready to punch someone or not, and you just kind of hold it up. I do believe that's a sign for help or domestic hit or abuse or something. So I think that would work really well. As it's shown on the video, like if you're having a video chat conversation with somebody else where you're able to signal like that, and hopefully the other person would be aware and know of what it means. Also, again, don't be shy. Reach out to somebody. I know, especially women, they, with the domestic violence or the SA, they climb down and keep it in for years, and they're with the abuser for years and years. That's, I hate to see, anyone being in an abusive relationship for so many years and then end up losing their life on not getting out. Again, the bearded cop with Moab, Utah, and he predicted Gabby's, future. It was scary. Even again with like Chris Watts and him writing or giving that speech on his life and on how another baby and how it will repair a relationship or whatever. It's just freaky. It's just crazy how so common the pattern is of dysfunction, family abuse, and how it just carries down to the kids, and then from the kids to the grandkids and the great grandkids. Again, if you know something or see something, please say something. Don't be shy about it, so we don't have another incident of Gabby Petito. We're able to minimize it. I know we can't get rid of it totally, but I believe it's a very important topic to talk about and be aware of that addictions and mental health are now. So I don't know what to do or to say. Again, if you guys would love, I would love if you like to leave a comment suggestion. Again, you know, basically the true crime community is 90% women. And I think, we're they're the ones that are the victims mainly of this. That they learn how to recognize what, Adam? But uh, I'll try, Adam. So why do people abuse? I believe it comes to when we were kids and the dysfunction on having poor coping skills and not know how to handling things the correct way as we grow up to be adults, and what also we have learned from that. Have you, Adam, talked to anyone or reached out to anyone about what's been going on with you? What type of abuse, Adam? Physical, mental? Yeah, usually most relationships are pretty good at the start, then over time, things kind of change and all. There's a video I made just before this one, Adam. If you want to watch that, it has some good suggestions on what to do if this is going. Uh, yeah, let me just one sec here, and I'll try to get for you, Adam. Sorry, I'm on my phone. One, sorry, just one sec here. Let me Let me see if I can send the link here. There's the link from the video I previously made. Go ahead and watch that, Adam. Hopefully that might be able to help you a little bit on what to do when you get another bad relationship or not. There's some really good information on there. So I hope that helps. Again, I'm sorry that happened to you and what you're going through. I mean, if you need to talk right now or explain whatever you're going through, love to hear. You want to come on the stream? Yeah. Let me grab it here. Oops, all right. Let me see if this works. There's the link if you'd like to come on, Adam, or no. Hopefully that works. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to my normal screen so if I can see you here or not. Let me know if that's not working or not. But let me try one more time here. All right, there's the link again, everything. If you'd like to come on. I'm not sure if it's there or not, but guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I have a meeting I need to attend to. So please like, share, leave a comment. So again, if you are having issues or whatever, or please share the videos, either one, to be on the safe side. Hope you all have a lovely day.